When you're a small independent filmmaker, there's always something you're trying to achieve, and that is the ability to make money selling your films. To do that, you need mass domestic appeal, or at least you need to make movies that a lot of people can relate to, things that people can get behind, and characters that they can follow. That does not necessarily equate to something incredibly artistic. You can have something that is very common, but as long as you do it in a way that people can get behind it and kind of enjoy themselves while they watch it, that was neat, you can make money doing it. And that is why so many small filmmakers just kick out many, like the same film over and over and over again, okay? They go straight to DVD or they go straight to whatever because they can make money doing it. And as you build up your war chest and you start to expand your horizons, that's when you start thinking about, how do I get myself to really take it to the next level, to go higher and maybe get in there with the award shows and stuff, right? So far in this game, I have focused on making cool movies and experimenting with different genres and stuff that just to kind of see how the game wants me to work them together. And the whole goal is, of course, to make money. Well, now I've got 160 million. And so we can take that money and we can start putting it into films that have a higher artistic appeal. We have putting into films that maybe are a little more, maybe they don't quite get the mass audience. There's just people that don't get it. But the important people do get it, at least for the sake of getting our prestige higher. This game is going to rate our prestige and make that prestige go up as our ratings with critics improve. Okay? We need to make films that are high quality in the score sheet, not just selling lots of copies, all right? You can make money selling trash movies. You can't win awards with trash movies. So in today's video, we're going to start pivoting and focusing on making ourselves the big time and getting ourselves some awards and also getting paid by while doing it. Now that's the catch. If you're trying to make movies that are really high appeal, really good with critics, really good with soda score, and I'm just kind of using the game's terminology as an example, and you're really trying to get movies that have that, wow, what a wonderful film. Those movies cost money, and you don't necessarily make your money back in the theater. You make it afterwards. Not necessarily. You can, and hopefully we will. But there's going to be movies that we're going to make over the next couple of videos that are going to lose money, and it will be okay because the overarching goal is to get ourselves mass appeal from an artistic audience, not just from a domestic general audience. Okay? You following me here? Hopefully. Now, this game has ancillaries revenue up here, and this thing continues to expire with almost no warning. They really need to make this more obvious when it expires. It comes out here, apparently, I've been told. I don't remember seeing it, but it comes up here just like the award shows do to let you know that it's done. I don't like that. Either way, we're going to go into ancillaries here, and I'm just going to have to pick one of my salespeople to go and find me another deal. Okay, secondly, I'd like to grow my studio. I want to get more people, but I currently have a seat available. So when I'm thinking about what kind of movie I want to make and how I'm going to make movies, here's how I need to do it. We're going to need to have a film that's a low budget that can sell so that we can keep the lights on, but also invest a lot of our money into these really artistic films, okay? That can help really get our critic scores higher and get our prestige higher. So we're going to try to do both of them at the same time. So to do that, I'm going to get another producer. I'm not going to bother with the marketing yet. We're not big enough yet for that. And especially since we don't have worldwide third-party distribution yet. I need to work my way towards this because I think the only way we're going to be able to make some serious cash with these really high investment films is going to be through a worldwide audience. There simply aren't enough people that are going to watch the film in this domestic audience to compensate us for the amount of money we have to spend to make it, right? We need to be able to sell it to more and more people, and that requires worldwide. So if you're going to make the really high-end films, you need worldwide distribution. Otherwise, your target market just simply isn't high enough to recover the costs. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so what I'm going to work towards is getting this. It's 250. I only need 100 left. But I would like to make a really solid film now. And I got an idea for it by looking at the analytics, the trends. So the trends list here shows we are always, the current month that we're currently in is here, or at least the current time of year is right here. Okay. And then basically this highlight represents basically like the earliest we could release our film. So right now we have the potential to release movies in this section, the first part of 2021. Or sorry, 2020. I can speak, I swear, 2001. I believe the game actually ends in 2020. There's an endless mode now that just released, but I don't think that's retroactive. So I think my save is going to end at 2020. So we'll just play it until it ends, I guess. But it looks to me like musical and thriller. These are the two. I would very much like to make both of these, but we're going to make the musical first because it's excellent. And I think I have the perfect property, the perfect IP for it already. Okay. So we're going to go over to make movie, and we are going to make, I've been looking at it here. We're going to make it a franchise. All right. So this is going to be Make It 2. I actually haven't thought about this part yet. Make It 2. I want to have something else. I don't want it to just say 2. Let's go all about it. Yeah, all about it. There. This is going to be the it part. I'm just going to have, this is going to be a theme for this. Now, this movie, we're going to have a medium budget for. And right away, you can see it's going to cost $42 million. Don't worry. It's going to cost probably a little less than this one we're done with it, I think. We're going to get Charlie involved, which is automatically going to cut that cost because of the timing. Producer's going to add another producer in here. It's going to take the timing for it even further down. Now it's only costing us $27 million. The longer it takes you to make it, the more money it costs. And we have multi-genre now. So High School Musical, PG. Let's make it a comedy. You know what? It's High School Romance. There you go. We're going to go musical, romance, high school, PG. I believe these things will merge well together. I believe. The romance part's a little questionable, but I think I can run with it. That'd be fine. For the director, now, here's the problem with this, okay? And this, I think maybe this is why a lot of you guys are having a hard time making money, because some people have expressed the difficulty making money. When you're trying to make money, look for domestic appeal and script. Ignore critics entirely. You can make money, okay? Might have bad critic scores, but you can make money with those because you have high domestic appeal. You can get your films out and sell more of them. You also need them to like the script so that they will perform really well, right? But the critic scores are going to play a bigger role when it comes to your prestige and that artistic value that you're looking for. That does not necessarily translate to a high domestic appeal. So this is going to be a really great film, but it may not necessarily sell very well. That's how I understand it anyway. So what we're looking for here is something that's got a little bit of a mixture. Okay. And I'm thinking maybe we might try, Jaap Ropstein here. He's going to take no part in my money, no participation. I love that. The domestic appeal is trash, though. It's going to be very hard to sell this. But if we're looking for prestige, this is going to help us with that, I think. The only other way to do it would be to get a Jake Mudge here. Now, he doesn't love the script as much. His performance may not be as solid. Critic score is going to be a little bit lower, but we'll sell more copies. So that's a way to hedge against it a little bit. Let's see what we can do with the lead role. Okay, we have some pretty good prospects with the lead role, and I can't imagine going with anyone else other than Jay Davidson here. It just seems too good. Yeah, Jay Davidson is awesome. So this is a 97 and a 95 critic score. We're going to have a sensationally well-accepted film by the critics, but we're not necessarily going to sell very well here. Since I have a strong critic score here, I might be able to bring that over and get Jake Mudge instead. He's a bit more expensive and he's taking participation, but it might be worth it to get higher numbers overall through here. He doesn't like the script as much, but it might be okay, right? That's the trade-off you get from this. So I'm thinking about that domestic appeal going up, and there's also a little bit of international appeal as well, which is going to be great for us when we look to launch this internationally, when I get my research up. That doesn't necessarily mean that the international box office will happen while it's in theaters, but we could use it to, like home video entertainment. We could sell it worldwide, that kind of thing. So there's a bit more appeal there. I'm not sure if this means there's none. like they'd never heard of him, or if it's just like unavailable and we can't see it. I believe it's probably the first one. So what's really all about the score, right? I think to get the critic score higher and to get the performance to be better, I think I will go ahead and actually choose Ropstein instead here. So I've accepted the fact that this movie may not make money right away. If it does, great. If we really nail it out of the park with our sliders and stuff, that'll be fantastic. And we kind of have a good understanding of what it means to make a romantic musical high school movie, I think. Okay. The next thing, I want research points as fast as possible. So anyone who's working on training, stop it. Okay, good. So nobody's working on training right now. So we're going to go ahead and push this over here. And we want to find a word of mouth. Well, the producer, right? We want to find a decent producer. We're not going to find a very good one with the word of mouth. We need mid-level, we need experts, etc., to finally get really good ones. But word of mouth, you can sometimes find some things. The important thing for me here is that they're going to add something that gives me more features or something that adds more reputation. Just a little bit of a reputation bump would be great. And I think this one's probably the winner here. Neil Tran, I think is probably my winner here. He's going to add a little bit of editing. He's got skill in editing, so premium features. We might be able to add like an extra premium feature with him on the movie. He's not going to be in this movie, of course, because we're already selected, but that's okay. And then we have production skill as well, which needs to be improved greatly. But he's going to combine his production skill with somebody else. And then we may fire him later. We can think of Neil as a temp, because once we get better recruiting possibilities, we're probably going to replace him with somebody higher paid anyway. So welcome in Neil. Good for you. And in fact, I think Neil, because he's not working on anything right now, we could let him do this. He's happy, right? We could let him train. We have better training possible, unless if I spend it, I could have it. But I'm going to go self-learning at the moment. If I wanted to, I could go in and get moderate training here. Open up the evening training course. I think I'm going to hoard my points, though, to get worldwide third party. I need 250 for that. So we'll see whether or not I can get that before we start domestic distribution here in this film. I say it's probably going to be close, but probably we won't get it. That's just my guess. Okay, costume and makeup, let's go like 40, 35, 25. Set design. Musical romance. Musical, yes, that's design pretty good. The writing is pretty good. Costume, makeup. No, we're going to go about like this. Okay, so that's 100%. Cultural references can happen. We can pretty much take anything we want here because we know our scores are going to be very high with this film. I'm going to take natural lighting is probably fine. This is, of course, adding cost to the production. Period wardrobe. Okay. And I think I'll just do that for now. Yeah, because that's all the stuff I have. Now, before we get into post-production, I know I'm trying to save my points, but there might be something here that helps us. So I'm taking a look at that. And I think maybe... what do I want here? Animatronics. Orchestral. Song licensing could be cool. Oh, rhythmic editing. Definitely this. Yes. Rhythmic editing is just making editorial cuts that are sort of dynamic with the music, right? You're basically cutting to the music, that's perfect for a musical. We're going to do that instead. Okay, now that obviously ate like 70 points, so we're not going to get the worldwide distribution for this one, but we might get it for its, version 3 or whatever. It's fine. I like smiley faces and not frowny faces, so we'll do this one. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I realize I can also probably go in here now that I have a deal, and I can probably add fan favorites to things like Beethoven 4. Unlock the special edition for Beethoven 4 and 5. Oh, we have the Amazings too. Yeah, that was a really good one too. I probably could do that. I think we could see that happening. Re-releasing, there's special editions for those things. That's fine. All right, so special effects in this, probably gonna take it down to 10. For the music and design, we're gonna go 45. Editing, I think we'll go 35. What do we need for the rhythmic editing? We need 40. Okay, so let's take rhythmic editing. That's $2 million. But if we nail that soda score, and I'm very confident we'll have a soda score that's above 8. Honestly, if we don't have one that's sufficiently above 9, I'll actually be impressed by this. Let's do narrative framing. We'll go with Foley artist as well. Now, here's another thing to point out, because this is how I'm going to do this. So for this, we currently have the estimated cost to be $27.09 million. Okay. This is impacted by the budget size, right? Well, I'm allocating 95% of the budget for this, which means I'm basically spending 5% less than what was budgeted for this. That is going to cut the cost of our film down. We can actually go a little bit cheaper with it if we do this. Now, for a musical, I feel like sound design and the music should be up to 50%. I feel like it should. But I'm not entirely convinced that a romance should be this, right? So that might not be a perfect fit here. But I'm going to do 45 this time just to show you that it does make the film cheaper. So you can actually save a little bit of cash if you think your sliders are correct the way they are. Like if I think 45 is appropriate here, then that's how I can save some money here, right? So instead of being 2709 hitting this number, it's going to be 2461. So we saved a little bit of cash there by going a little bit cheaper and not allocating all of the money towards those departments. All right, distribution type. Hopefully you find me something really good. I don't think we're going to hit February, unfortunately. I don't really care about these awards. We're not going to hit February, so we're not going to be able to release during Valentine's Day, which would have been ideal. So we will try to release on Memorial Day. Oh, I don't know about Memorial Day with this. I'm going to go ahead and maybe do the summer. There's nothing competing here, technically. There's just a lot of films. But summer musical is excellent. We already know that it's excellent. And yeah, so we're going to rock that, I think. As far as forecasted trends for the month, we know that musicals are good and romance is good. So we should be all right there. And we'll go ahead and pick this date for that instead. Okay. Now we can start another movie if we want to. I'm looking at Pause of Destiny. Oh, I love it. You know what? I think it's time for another Beethoven. What do you think? It's time for another Beethoven? I think it's time for another Beethoven. This is going to be Beethoven 6, isn't it? Beethoven 6. Need something after it, don't we? Shout out to another one of my really, I don't know about my favorite movies of all time or anything. It's certainly one of my favorite dog movies, okay? If you're old enough to get this, you can be my friend, okay? This is going to be Beethoven 6, Homeward Bound. Okay? There we go. If you know, you know. We're going to make this one a medium budget movie too, because we know we can hit it. And, you know, family and comedy is excellent. Family and comedy and dog movies are excellent. So let's pop comedy in there. You can add that happen, right? Now we have another producer, and they have a feature score too. So if I put everybody on this movie, we're at 30 million, get 27 million, still at 27 million, but now we're hitting targets. This is going to let us get more features, right? Not quite to complete there, but very close. And let's see what we get for critics here. Now, again, most of the people that the critics love have low domestic appeal, but you can find, you know, you might be able to find a little bit of a mixture here and there. This is going to cost us money, basically. Everything we're going to do here today is going to end up costing money. I'm hoping to just make it up in the ancillaries here. So we're going to go with... they don't love the script either. That's the problem. They don't love the script. Maybe it won't matter too much. We could go here. At least they like the script in the blue. I'm worried the critic scores are just not going to be great with the talent we have available. If I take the comedy element away and maybe add... I can't add action. I'm not going to add action to a family dog movie. No, this is the best fit for this. I just don't have a director right now that's willing to work on it. I think I need to wait a little bit for Beethoven. This requires us to have a better reputation. We only have 1.8. After this movie releases, we'll have a much higher reputation. We probably can get better talent that way. I think that's the better way to do it. So instead of that, why don't we get another Amazings? We can get another action movie here. So this is obviously action, not adventure. I'm not sure why it chose adventure as the main one. That might be how I did it before. Whoops. It's okay though. Everything kind of matches up. can still do a medium size here, and then we can say the Amazings 2. Kick ass. I don't know. The Amazings 2 kick ass. Any directors want to have this one? Is it the same people? It looks like the same interests, same scores. Okay, we're just gonna have to wait. I want to wait until this movie is done, I guess. Get our reputation up so we have better talent available for the movies we're trying to make. It's just gotta happen, man. All right, Amazings 2 is in my back catalog. Apparently there was already an Amazings 2 and I just forgot about it already. Look at those ratings, baby. 9.6 and 9.7. And you'd think with a movie with those great of ratings, we would be very profitable. But remember, we're domestic market only, and we had low domestic appeal for the two people that were involved in the film, while also spending $31 million on it. So we're going to sell a lot of copies. Like, we're going to have a huge gross compared to our previous films because, you know, it's going to sell a lot. A lot of people are going to watch it, right? But it took so much more money to make. So how profitable is it? I don't know. Let's find out. We made a lot of money in that first week, but we're still down 3.7 million. We defied the odds. Yes, that's okay. So after the second week, we are at 6 million profit. Basically awesome. Okay. So definitely a profitable movie. Good. 8 million is what looks like it's going to right around there is where we're going to land for the profit on that. Now with our reputation going up, I probably have to wait for this, don't I? Yeah, I have to wait for it to be finally graded. Okay, so we ended up making $8 million. Very good. So with 2.6, now I'm hoping we can get better talent here. And actually, you know what? If I take a look at the trends really quick, sci-fi could be a thing. Not necessarily horror, but sci-fi could be a thing. We're in October right now. If I start production in June, actually, I probably have to start production now on a medium budget movie. I had so many of you tell me about Aliens, like it was right there in my face and I just didn't hit it. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's one of many choices, all right? I wanted a post-apocalyptic movie. But anyway, we're gonna put our analyst on this guy right there. And then, whoops, whoa, stop. Okay, I wanna start production on something else, right? I want to have another movie and hopefully hit Halloween is what I'm hoping for. So Charlie's going to work on this. Same thing with Angel and also Neil. Everybody's going to work on this. We're going to get like a new IP. And I don't want to call it Aliens because it's just unoriginal, right? As if I've been so original up to this point. I'm just such an original guy. So this one's going to be called The Outsider. The Other Worlder. I think The Outsider's fine. It's not the best title in the world, but it's fine. It's fine. Sci-fi. We're gonna go Aliens. Nope, that's not this. We need horror. Sci-fi horror. Aliens. Rated R, obviously. Okay. Again, looking for good domestic. We're looking for good critics. Somebody who likes the script, hopefully. Not getting a lot of that. I mean, this is probably it. Kiran Kusama is probably my best bet here, unfortunately. So we'll go with that. And then we have, let's say here. Which, again, not a lot of domestic appeal. If I go here, then they hate the script, but at least they're, you know, ready to go. At least they have good domestic appeal. Like they'll bring people in, but it'll be a poor performance. Let's go with we'll go with Devin, I guess. I don't know. I don't like the script now. I don't like it. Let's go into research really quick. And we're gonna grab, where is it? Business. We're gonna grab worldwide third-party distribution. That's gonna unlock, I think, some big opportunities for us to get our stuff out there, right? We got to get out there. The rest of my points now, I'm going to dedicate this to saving up, I think, for mid-scouting or for medium office. And I'll probably do medium office just so I can get more people. So let's do that. We'll save up the points now for that. So we have pre-production going in through here. We're going to get some insights. And we know that romance works really well for high school. How about that? Musical and romance are okay. So that's fine. We learned a little bit about that. Now we need our trends. You're still working on those trends. Sci-fi is going to be good for the first half of next year. I don't know about the second half, though, which is what's going to matter here. And then horror, we don't know yet either. So we're going to keep you on genre just so we can see whether or not we can discover anything new. So this is a sci-fi horror movie. Obviously, we need that. This can come down, I think, to 20%. We'll say set design maybe is 30. Yeah, I think 30 here. Dialogues, props, high-tech gadgets for the sci-fi movie. Let's do gore effects and creature design and atmospheric effects with natural lighting. Okay. And we are nominated. Hey. Let's see our competition here. Well, we have the best soda score of all the competition. So that's good. We have one to compete with us for the avocado. Memory fragment. The Monarch's fresh rhythm. Wow. Is that like the Emperor's New Groove? That's actually a really good title change. Like the Monarch's fresh rhythm. Wow. Attractive creature. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Make it 2, all about it. Up for a Romy. So let's see if we win an award. Okay, now that we're focusing on that and spending a lot of money doing it. All right, next. In the beginning we didn't have a lot of money, so we had small budget stuff. And now we're starting to get a little bit more capable, right? And if you're gonna spend lots of money on films, you better have a good indication of where to put these sliders, right? So I think we can go maybe editing to 30, special effects to 35. We'll take fight choreography, not that it matters. Probably don't need that, honestly. We can go compositing, but we have to have our special effects score at 40 for that. And that's not appropriate for this, so we're not going to do it. That's a good way to know. Slow motion could be all right. It's not really the kind of film that would need that, but okay. Yeah, I guess that maybe there's a fight in the horror movie. I don't know, whatever. It's fine. We got all these features in there. Go. And memory fragment wins. We got robbed. Ugh. Just got robbed. I have no idea how to... It's just unlucky. Sometimes that's what happens. The wrong one wins, okay? Now, we can do worldwide distribution. And we get its revenue share, sales department, etc. But now we need to assign at least 2 employees to this. Oh, that's different. I wasn't aware of that. So I can only do domestic. I have to have 2 people in sales for this. Well, that was a waste of my research points, wasn't it? They need to say that kind of stuff needs to be made available to me before I spend all my points on it. Of course, I guess there is just like reload the save, right? I mean, that's a thing people can do, so I suppose, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to carry on with our domestic production. And then, you know what? We're going to knock it out of the park anyway with $31 million in our new horror movie. Crazy. Let's see how we doing here. So I think we're going to hit the ability to release this on Halloween will be huge if we can do that. And it's not going to let me do it. Come on, man. It's July. Give me October. Ugh. That's the worst. That's the worst. Insubordinate pictures, indeed. I agree. That is definitely sounds like you. I don't think this is a good place for this, but let's just see what the competition is. Yeah, horror doesn't really necessarily go well. We're neutral there. And we don't know what sci-fi is like for this. I'm going to go January, unfortunately. That sucks. October would have been so much better for that film. That sucks. Okay, let's see if we have anybody new for Beethoven. See if we have any better players for this now. We'll grab... is it family? What was it? Wait a minute now. Medium, Beethoven. There you go. Confirm. We don't know anything about these? Really? Dog? Comedy? I thought we knew. Yeah, we know these things. Yeah, it wasn't showing me these things. It was weird. Okay, we can see that now. All right, director for this. This is a little better than we had before. So we have Mim Canalese, whatever your name is. Horrible domestic appeal. Loves everything about it. So we're going to have you, and you're also taking 0%. So I like you too. And then we're going to make up for domestic appeal a little bit here by getting Manelope Pan-Ayler here, because she has 41 on that. So that's going to help us a little bit here. And this is going to be, yeah, Raytoven 6. Homeward Bound. That is how you spell homeward, isn't it? With an A. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, do I want to put everyone on it? Kind of, right? I want all the features available to me. So we're gonna do that. So no, we're taking all the boxes except for the 48 out of 50. It's fine. It's fine. 9 months away. It'll be summer release probably, which is actually pretty good, I think, for this film. So work on that, guys. And my analyst. We're gonna have to get my analyst to tell me. It's weird. My analyst cannot choose the horror movie I just made. Oh, The Outsider is domestic marketing. We haven't released it yet. Okay. Don't jump the gun here. Okay, we know where costume makeup has to be. We're pretty sure we know where set design needs to be. We're gonna go 30% there anyway. And then the writing for this is a comedy family movie. We'll go 40%, I guess. Yeah, take the pop culture references. We're gonna take natural lighting and maybe a breakable set's okay. Could be all right. Period wardrobe, sure. And honestly, I need better stuff here, man. Like prosthetics and wiz could be okay, but I'm looking for like dialogues and thinking quips, catchphrases, right? Catchphrase, vernacular expert. Like these types of things could be pretty good. But we'll go ahead with just these features for now. And then with 224 points, we need to go mid scouting. I think we'll go for the scouting before the office. Yeah, because I can start replacing my current team. I can start. I'm gonna do that. Let's do mid scouting, and then we're gonna want to scout producer with the local ads. Maybe an analyst or sales. Ooh, a better salesperson. No, producer definitely. Search for a new producer, and then. Well, sorry, Tran. You were always a temp anyway. But you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Editing. Family comedy. Let's bump that up. Special effects can come down. Music can come up. We'll go like this with it. No fight choreography is necessary here. Some Foley artists could be a good thing. We could do flashbacks from the previous Raytovens. And then, oh yeah, slow motion dog jump. Who doesn't love a good slow motion dog jump? Definitely gonna do that. All right, we'll see how that turns out. And then producer man. All right, here's our mid-tier producers. Much better results here. Okay. Ronnie is audacious. He wants 29K, but you know what? He's worth it. Good reputation scores and stuff. I think he's worth it. He's audacious. My office is full though, so we're gonna go to staff management. He's working on this current film. He's working on the current film. I can't fire him. It might hurt my current production. If I do, what happens to my production? I need to wait until it's done, don't I? I think I need to wait until this movie's done to fire him. Because I don't know what it's going to do to my production. Like, I may not be able to use the features anymore. Okay, so The Outsider didn't do great. That's going to be a problem, right? Because The Outsider cost me $31 million. So that's not great. Something about this didn't work well. And I mean, I got to believe it's the fact that it released in frickin' January. It's not good for a winter movie. The Outsider is going to be a major loss, which is fine. Sometimes that happens. We don't have 2 skilled people yet, so it's going to be just 1 salesperson. There you go. Raytoven. Another run with Raytoven. And the Gaspers winner is... Yeah, I know. I wasn't ever going to win anything there. Okay, so... Overall, a very average movie that cost a lot of money to make. Sometimes studios will have big busts, and that's what happened with The Outsider. So, off you go. That happens. Maybe we'll learn something from it. Maybe I won't. Family, comedy, Well, we definitely don't want to compete with everything. We have to compete. I need to do better here. The distributors are killing me right now. The lack of ability to be flexible and schedule is so annoying. It's my least favorite feature in this entire game is how this works. It's probably one of the single most important things about releasing a film is when. And you have no control over that in this game. It's very frustrating. 8 and 8.4. I think that's the best ratings we've gotten from a Raytoven so far. You know, that's the best Raytoven so far. Okay, now we could deny him his raise and just replace him. But that's my sales guy. He's been with me for a while, so I'll go ahead and do that. And then go back to candidates really quick. Can I still get him? I have to re-scout because he's working on that film. I couldn't fire the guy. So we'll just go ahead and restart again. Get another search in. Now notice I just had a huge bomb, right? I lost $22 million, but my money went up, right? Because we have a big backlog of films. No matter how junky they are, they're like a YouTube channel, okay? I have a huge backlog of content that I've made for the last 8 years. If I need to take a week off or 2 weeks off or a month off to go with my family somewhere, my channel views are going to drop, but they're not going to be zero, right? There's a baseline, an equilibrium where it kind of just floats from all the backlog content, right? And it's kind of keeping us afloat a little bit here. When we have a big major loss, you know, it can help us a little bit there. Okay, so that's not good. I mean, they like Audacious Colleagues, but they're not like great with Audacious Colleagues. The reputation is better than the last guy though, isn't it? I think it is. I don't really remember. I can search again and these guys will still be here. So let me do one more search. And Raytoven gets a B. Totally, we lost 839, but that's okay. Because again, our money went up and we can sell, you know, the special editions and all that stuff for it, and it'll be fine. First thing I want to do, I want to figure out what the hell went wrong with the Outsider. I'm pretty confident that it's the fact that it's went to January. It may not be that. It might be something like much more profound than that, but we'll see. Yeah, I think Oliver McKinney is probably the best one here. Way cheaper than the other people too. Oliver, you're gonna be my guy. So Neil, I am sorry. It's just the way it is. Not personal, dude. I just need somebody. I don't have a seat available. All right. You are always a temp. I did tell you that when I hired you, I said you were a temp. I know maybe you thought if you performed really well that you could be a permanent staff, but it's just not the time. All right. Yeah, we're gonna take Oliver here. So Oliver's hired. That's nice. Now, do I want to replace Angel? She's been with me for a while, and her numbers really aren't that much different than Oliver, but her salary is definitely different. You know, like she's only 3 points behind him here in the editing. She has the reputation for 34. That's, you know, 9 behind, I guess. Production could use some work there, but I mean, she is also taking less money, so I suppose. We can look for training, put her on self-train, and then let's see how bad the Outsider is and why. Okay, as I was barely off on these two scores, it's really about the competition. Yeah, I mean, that's I think the biggest hit for us was the competition. We've lost $19 million on it so far. So we've already recuperated $3 million of that. It's not super bad. Costume and makeup wants to be down a little bit. Set design wants to be up a little bit more. Okay. Overall, though, we learned that the genres work well together, right? I mean, sci-fi and aliens, we already knew that. Sci-fi and horror, that could work together. It could happen. It's fine. Okay, let's make... they're not really... Honestly. We could just go into another make it. We could. I don't think there's really much stopping me here. And then that would give us the research points we need to get into a new studio. So we go medium. It won't let me do small. Budget before premium features. Oh, because I'm doing a sequel to a... Oh, I get it. The last movie I made was medium budget, so I won't let me downgrade the budget. That's interesting. Okay. Things that work well with musical. Romance worked okay. I'm not sure what else we could use. Could we maybe look to get new genres? I think I'll just hit comedy. A musical comedy could be funny, you know, like funny songs, right? Maybe we'll get Adam Sandler. He can act in our stuff, right? Or, you know, Will Ferrell could come in with Ryan Reynolds cameo. You know, make that Christmas movie that they just made recently, which was I thoroughly enjoyed that. It wasn't like the most artistic film, right? It wasn't like, wow, that's a wonderful film. It's just fun, and you get people with great domestic appeal, and I'm sure it made money. It's a streaming thing, so maybe it didn't make money. I have no idea how the new world model works for that. I know that I don't have anyone with some serious. I don't have anybody with really high scores here, so maybe it's not the right time. I think maybe it's not the right time. What else could we do? You could do another Amazings. Might have that. Beethoven, they're kind of fatigued on right now. We could make something totally original too. You know, why don't we make something totally original? Yeah, Charlie. Seriously, make something original. Okay. I got it. How about? I got this. It's in my head. I got it. I know what we're gonna do. This is a crime thriller. Let me take the analytics first. Make sure this is in. We don't know if mystery's in. Thriller is kind of mediocre right now. Not the best time for this. Comedy is in right now. It's the best time for comedy, unfortunately. So maybe that's not where we want it yet. Let's pick this. Generate the insights here. Maybe we'll let this roll a little bit. Just a little bit of time goes by, and you know, other actors will be freed up and available to like act in our stuff. Okay, so comedy didn't work really well with PG. That's kind of what happened with Homeward Bound. We were limited in our audience. They couldn't do, you know, we couldn't do the kinds of jokes that we otherwise could because it's PG. So that didn't work really well for us. Sliders were slightly off. It needs to be a little higher for comedy and writing and editing. That's fine. But overall, it was a good film. Okay, Jump has become a classic movie. Hoo. Has it now? Now, I realize that I'm, you know, trying to do the whole business office thing, but Essentials editions, we could take a second and do that. Trying to make a little extra money there. We could. Essentials edition. They said Jump right there. Yeah. Right there. Unlock special edition. Bang. Now, all these are basic, right? And a lot of these movies are not cult films. But if you get one that's not basic, like I can unlock the special edition for these guys, but it's not a cult film, so it's not going to necessarily do a whole lot. But that one was a classic. Jump was a classic of all things. Jump, guys. Why don't we jump on that, take advantage of that, and get our time travel adventure on? Can we do that? It'll be a comedy time travel adventure. How does that work for us right now? Adventure is mediocre at the moment. It'd be nice to maybe get another analyst. That's why I'm trying to save my points, even though I just spent them. I'm trying to save my points to get a bigger office so I can get more analysts. That'll be a really big deal. Getting more analysts would be a big deal. Okay, you know what? Tell you what, why don't we just make the film anyway? Even if the trends aren't happening. I just want to make the film I want to make. But this is the bad time for it, because if I make my crime thriller right now, this is better suited for another different time of year. I want a different kind of year for this. I only have 4 franchises. Maybe getting a 5th. Hang on a second. Where are we at here? We know that Jump is... Let's just do Jump. We can make Jump it's turned into a classic, right? We're going to revitalize the classic. And we're going to do it as a medium adventure time travel comedy. Adventure time travel. It's PG-13, so action, right? Yeah. Action adventure, of course. There we go. All right, who wants to be in the new Jump? This guy saw it when he was a kid. He's like, hey, seems like an interesting script. I want to be in it. They don't love the script, though. That's the problem. Nobody loves it. You love it, but critics hate you. So I'm not going to do that. This is a good balance, but I don't particularly like it. It's an all right. It's a balanced approach. Lead role. Would rather not have the same balance with you. Yikes. Okay, well, we'll go with you. Not the best thing we could do here. This is Jump 2. Let's call this one Old World. Kind of like maybe they're going back in time to the dinosaurs or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something. Now, we have a better producer now, so let's pop him in here. And then we can also get Angel to join as well. And now we can get a medium budget, full features, everything activated, and Charlie doesn't have to be part of the project. That's important because now it means I can have him make another low budget film. It's just trying new things, right? So I can go small and maybe I could do my crime drama with a small film instead, just to see what those things like, learn a little bit about that. So I'm going to go crime. We're going to go thriller. And we are going to use police as our theme for this, okay? We're going to pick... This is not bad, actually. Yeah. I'd rather have somebody... Like, I want to sell this movie, right? But they have to love the script. I think this is okay compromise. 3.5%. It's a low-budget film. It's fine. You. And then the lead role, let's go with Brendan Blesson. Leeson. So this could also end up being pretty good, but again, the domestic appeal is not great here. This one is going to be a start of a new, hopefully a good, successful franchise called The Thin Blue Line. It is a crime police thriller. I like it. It is rated R. Charlie makes it all by himself. Go. Now I can have two films going at once with one bigger budget picture having all the features possible. All right, so for production planning, crime thriller police. Oh, this is the small film. Good. We don't really know anything about these things. So we know it's a crime movie, police, costumes pretty good. Set design's probably a bigger deal here. I think probably, I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now. This is probably the bias I would look for. Maybe the costumes aren't as important as the writing. Maybe we do that instead. I'm fairly confident we're going to be able to get the avocados. Let's get high-tech gadgets for this. We'll go... let's go... Golden Hour Shooting 2. Okay. Now, before we get done with pre-production on the Old World, let's go to production really quick. See if there's anything that can help us with this time travel movie. And we're going back, right? So maybe we go back to, Old World. Maybe Old World isn't dinosaurs, right? Maybe Old World is like back to King Arthur and the Round Table, right? Could be that too. Quips and catchphrases. Could maybe have that. Thematic expertise. Brings experts on board to make complex themes more realistic and grounded. Okay, I like that. I know I want to get a bigger studio, but I want something that would... I think the bigger office is more important, right? All right, the bigger office is more important. Let's just let this thing go. We're going to make do with what we have. So the writing can be down on this action adventure. Set design has to be up. And we'll go make up... Let's, yeah, we'll leave it, leave it right here. It's fine. And then we'll do period-specific wardrobe. It's fine. It's an action-adventure time travel movie, so I don't really know why we would need... Maybe we run into creatures, so maybe we'll get design on creatures, I guess. Atmospherics, natural lighting, so high-tech gadgets because it's a time travel movie, and then cultural references is fine too. That's a lot of features. Wow, I can still do more. No gore effects for PG-13. I don't think that's really necessary. We could definitely do breakable set though. We have a lot of features in this, adding value to our movie for less cost. Hopefully less cost. All right, crime thriller. Special effects can be down. Editing should be up a little bit more. Kind of depends on what it is, but special effects really don't need to be there as much. Sound design is probably, I think it's probably closer to like this. I'm going to go with this. We could have some fighting in this. It's 50K. We'll take it, I guess. There could be some compositing, but it adds $1 million to the film, so let's not do that. Foley's going to be good. Is there anything else other than narrative framing is slow motion? Nah, I think I'd rather have the Foley. Okay, let's go like with that. And then post-production planning on Jump. Editing is up. Special effects is up. Let's take the sound design. We'll bring it to here. Yeah, sound design, music is there. I almost feel like bringing editing here, but if I'm off on the editing, I already know the range, right? So if I'm off on the editing, it'll definitively tell me where it is if I put it here. So we'll leave it at 35%. And then green screen makes sense for this, though. That's the thing. Compositing and stuff, I mean, that's, yeah, you're going time travel, man. That makes sense. Slow motion could be cool for action sequences to have slow motion. Absolutely. Flashbacks, we're basically making a movie about flashbacks, so it's cool. Sound recording needs to have sound design up to 30%. So we'll go up here, and then I guess we'll take the editing down to 30. I guess I'll take the editing down to 30, just so I can get my Foley. Gotta have my Foley. Pacing, I already had slow motion active, I thought. Unless I'm no longer able to do it because of the... No, we're good. Narrative framing just needs 20. All right, cool. That's a lot of features. I got high hopes for Jump 2 Old World, but we can't get worldwide distribution until I have more salespeople. So I'm gonna save these points to get 500. Let's get the salesperson here. They're doing pretty well. We have all of these little perks now. It's nice. Our sales guy is doing some good things for us here. Okay. This is our crime thriller. Now, I don't know how that's going to work on Halloween because it's not a horror movie, but it's giving me the ability to do it on Halloween, which is kind of interesting to me because it is a thriller. It could work. And I think I want to try that out. I think I want to give that a shot. We have 46% here with the Worry Bros and 46% with 200th Decade Wolf. Like 20th Century Fox, right? I just love like trying to figure out who like Utmost Pictures, Fantasy Jobs, Worry Brothers. Yeah. Okay. Let's take Halloween. I don't know how well it'll do, but it's just a small budget film. Let's see how it acts. How does thrillers act with Halloween? Basically, is what I'm interested in. And then take the salesperson here again. And that's just me. Yeah, I was gonna say the salesperson's already looking on the other one. So Charlie's got to take care of the sales for the big budget movie. Oh, what a mistake! What a mistake! This is the way the timing worked out, though. All right, Charlie's not that great at marketing. I mean, he's got a little bit of a skill, but he's not that great at it. We'll see. Thin Blue Line, pulling in some pretty good reviews. I like it. Certified fresh, amazing. So we'll see how well that does at the box office. Again, small budget film, so it doesn't have to sell a lot of copies, and it looks like we are going to take a loss on it, but it might help our prestige. You know, small budget movie that was really well received. It could help. All right, what did we get for Jump? This is action, adventure, time travel, man. Easter? I don't think action works that well. I want summer, ideally summer, but we can't have that because I didn't wait long enough. So let's see how it works with Easter. Am I just crazy or CC Lube? I mean, can you direct and star in your own film? Can I do that? Seems like a lot of people are doing that. They're directing and starring in their own film, and obviously they have supporting actors and stuff too, which I don't have access to yet because I'm apparently doing this game wrong. I'm apparently playing too slow or something. I don't know. I'm just unlocking things, making lots of money. It's just, I don't think there's enough time. I really don't want to compete with this movie, that large budget movie. So no Easter, I guess. Action, travel, adventure. I don't think that's going to work well with Christmas. I just don't think that's good. And there's a lot of them there too. So no, January. No? Wow, there's a lot of competition. Thanks. Thanks, Charlie. You're the best. You're so good at this. I'll pick this one. Thanks, dude. You're so good at this marketing thing. All right. Competition is the main reason why we didn't do well with Thin Blue Line. I'm okay with that because I didn't have control of that. Because I don't have control of that shit. Okay. Research. Medium office. Go. And then we're going to go just like this right now. Boom. We are in a new office. That happened. First thing I'm going to do is scout more salespeople. And we are going to go... we're going to get salespeople that can do all sorts of really great things for us. 7.2, 8.6, amazing for jump. Hopefully jump makes some money. We'll see. Yeah, we're returning a little bit of cash to us here. We did take a bit of a hit though here. 2 movies that kind of flopped. That's pretty expensive. You got good negotiation power, decent trust, good networking. Negotiation's a little weak with you, but that's okay. You got great trust and good networking here too. You're the audacious one though, so welcome to the team. And then we're gonna scout another analyst as well. Let's go get medium level scouting there as well. We're gonna get more people, which means more expense, and the office costs more too. But if we can make better films, that'll be great. We'll recover that easily in the ancillaries later. Make It 2 All About is now in your back catalog. I can start selling those copies too. And I can also get Make It 2, or we can go Make It 3. Let's do Make It 3. Make It's gonna be great. Yeah, trend analysis is pretty good. Foresight's great. I like the proposed salary seems fine. You know? What would you say is your greatest weakness, Elijah Rogers? I work too hard. Oh, you're hired. That works every time, right? Look at this. Comes to work with shades. I like you just because of your shades. You're hired. I think I want another salesperson. Another one? I want lots of options, man. I want lots of options. Another analyst. These are analysts, aren't they? Yes, they are. I don't know if I need that many analysts, though. I want another producer, though. Let's get another producer. One more producer. Oh, and yeah, analyst teams. Let's put this guy, Mr. Sunglasses, will put you to work right away. It's like we're going to need to learn more about this, so we'll have everybody look at it except Charlie. Look at the Thin Blue Line. Tell me what worked and what didn't work. And then we'll get you on the genres and stuff so we can really hit the stuff that's trending. So another producer... I would ideally like someone who is, you know, gonna mesh with us really well. These creative types, they are okay with audacious people. You don't have great editing, but I like your production skill. I think you bring a lot to the table, and your salary is reasonable, but a little higher than your well, not really for equivalent skill set, not so much. Okay, Bessie, welcome in. We got people now, guys. All right, we got people now. We can see that our crime movie needs to have a little bit better special effects, apparently, and set design needs to be a little bit improved there as well. But thriller works very well with police, and crime actually works okay with Halloween, and so does thrillers. Okay, cool. So Halloween wasn't the problem, but I was curious to see how that would work out. So next video, we keep going. All right, we need to keep going. We're in a new studio now. We're gonna make more films. Everything's gonna be great now, right? I think next video we win an award. That's the goal. Win an award of some kind. Okay, something like that. Holiday Hoobie Waddy. See you in the next one. Bye bye.